What is up, boys and girls of culture? My name is Sam and today I want to talk about a manga that made me giggle and kick my feet like I'm a teenage girl. Until I realized that it hit me harder than my dad and left me more depressed than Berserk ever did. Okay, so a few days ago I ended up on my usual website that you go to at night when you feel lonely. But after that I still couldn't sleep, so I decided to set sail on 1000 Sunny and read a manga online. Because I didn't have anything to read, I decided to start a manga that I already had way too long on my list. And trust me, this isn't just another romance manga, it is emotional terrorism dressed in sunshine and rainbows. The Fragrant Flower Blooms with Dignity is a romance manga which was created by AmiAmi and got published in October of 2021. This, my friends, is a manga that hit me so much harder than I expected, and a manga that is so much more worse than Berserk, in ways that I explain later. But just to be clear, there will be minor spoilers up until like chapter 50. So if you haven't read it already, don't. Just trust me, don't start this manga. So to keep it short, this manga is about a tall, evil-looking guy and a small, cute girl and a romance story. The story starts with Rintaro or whatever, I just call him my boy from now on. So the story starts with my boy, who always felt like he couldn't fit in. One day he comes home from school to his family's patisserie to help out his family. So when he got there, he noticed the only customer that was left. When the views met, the girl choked on a cake, and after a brief conversation, she just ran away. So my boy assumes it was again because of his looks, so he just brushed it off because he's already used to people being afraid of him. But a day later, she's back in the store. She apologized to him and introduced herself as Karuko Waguri, or I just call her my girl from now on or whatever. So after another brief conversation, she explained to him that she didn't run away because of his looks, because in her eyes, she never thought he looked scary. After they say goodbye, they go their separate ways. Though my boy's mom is in absolute chat and tells him to go after her to make sure she gets home safe. And because this is a Japanese manga, he finds her surrounded by two guys who want to know her better, if you know what I mean. So my guy jumps in and rescues her with his balls of steel. After that, she thanks him for saving and would like to eat some cake with him again. The next day, when my bro sits in school, he can't stop thinking about her. So to get some fresh air, he opens the curtains of the school window. And voila, Miss Cutie is right there in another school. But they are both on rivaling schools, like basically lower and higher class. So this was a very basic summary of the first chapter, and trust me, the next 49 chapters are pretty damn good, to be honest. This manga is by far the best romance manga I've ever had the pleasure of experiencing. There are, at least until chapter 51, no dead parents, no misunderstandings, no problems, no drama, no back and forth, no secrets, no bullshit. This manga is literally just sunshine and rainbows. This shit makes a grown-ass man like me giggle and kicking his feet like a teenage girl. And trust me, you won't stop smiling while reading this manga. I mean, I had tears in my eyes because of happiness. Very, very masculine tears, to be fair, yeah. You know, there are mangas out there like Rent a Girlfriend who starts so good and they just never have any kind of progression. And then there is this manga. I mean, both MCs are so forward and direct, they communicate like people should. Even the side characters are literally perfect. For example, Lil Miss Cutie has a best friend who starts as a pretty big bitch. But in the short span of those 50 chapters, she had so much progression and such a wholesome character arc. And now even a side character like her seems to fall in love. And my brody's trio is also pretty damn cool. Like, they are all such good friends and always talk about the problems. It's kinda unrealistic, to be honest. This whole manga is so simple, but this simplicity is what makes it such a breath of fresh air. I mean, the manga had basically a beach episode without any fan service, because there is no sex appeal, no lewdness, no fan service or whatever. This manga is just the purest and most innocent depiction of love and affection. And by the way, this manga has a whole damn lot of aura farming, like casually beating up a group of idiots from another school and things like that. Like, I mean, what romance manga does that? So yeah, the manga is a 10 out of 10, even though sometimes it's so perfect that it's kinda too perfect. Like, I don't know how to explain this, but sometimes the dialogue gets a little too corny for my taste, but maybe it's just a translation or just me, I don't know. So why the hell would I say that a fucking romance manga that I just described as literally perfect makes you more depressed than fucking Berserk? I love Berserk to death, and it will forever be in my top 5 mangas. It's the most depressing manga, or maybe even story and fiction there is. But there is a simple reason why the Fragrant Flower Blooms with Dignity is so much worse. Berserk is depressing because it wants and needs to be depressing. The whole point of the story is depression, kinda, if you know what I mean. But the Fragrant Flower Blooms with Dignity is depressing because it hits you with reality. The manga is too perfect to be believable. I even tried to research if the mangaka is married or in a relationship or whatever, because I don't know if her marriage is just perfect or if she's single, because I feel like she doesn't know how unrealistic her manga really is. Anyways, I warned you at the beginning that there will be minor spoilers up until like chapter 50. That's because after reading chapter 50 in the span of 2 days, I had to stop. Because after finishing chapter 50, I closed my MacBook and was just laying there in bed. No music, no YouTube video, nothing. I don't know about you guys, but my love life was anything but great. And I guess reading this manga just hit a spot I didn't think was there. A spot I thought I've buried deep down in my mind. So I was just laying there, thinking about everything from my past and where I am now in life. Just me, my thoughts, and this disgusting feeling of being a fucking piece of shit. This crazy feeling of loneliness and knowing that I will never have such a perfect relationship like they have in the manga I've just read. And yet, to be honest, I've kinda given up on such things, just because of very bad experiences in the past. But reading this manga made me think about it. Like, yeah, doing my own shit is great, working on yourself and trying to be better every day and stuff like that. But to be honest, damn, I'm lonely. And what did the comment under the manga said so beautifully? Damn, the Glock 19 on my desk looks mad tasty right now. I know that right now is Men's Mental Health Month. To be honest, I don't give a fuck about mental health. I told the story 1,000 times already, but after being an addict for, I don't know, 5 or 6 years or whatever, I've done everything on my own. Because personally, I'm a big defender of simply not talking. Because how Barney Stinson already said,
when I get sad, I stop being sad and be awesome instead. True story.
But sometimes when you expect it the least, the things you've tried to bury deep down come crawling back. To end this video with something positive, I'll just say, hey, I am proud of you. Just keep going on. Oh, and by the way, the manga gets an anime adaptation made by Cloverworks and starts on the 6th of July. So I guess I'll just re-experience it all over again. So yeah, I really don't know why, but this manga did something to me I really didn't expect. If Berserk shows you what it means to lose everything, this manga showed me what it means to never have it in the first place. So yeah, this manga is great, 10 out of 10, best romance I have ever read. That's about it. Don't forget to like and sub. See y'all in the next one.
Gotta testify, come up in the spot looking extra fly. For the day I die, I'ma touch the sky. Back when they thought pink polos would hurt the rock. Before Cam got the shit to pop, the doors closed. I felt like bad boy street team, I couldn't work the locks. Now let's go, take them back to the plan.